Good afternoon, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this afternoon, alleged gunmen killed by police in Rockfort, firearms seized. 3 alleged gunmen are dead, and the 2 firearms have reportedly been recovered following an early morning shooting in Rockfort, East Kingston on Sunday. Reports indicated that the police were on patrol shortly after 2 a.m. when they stopped to use an automated banking machine. It is alleged that the officers were fired upon by 3 armed men. The police returned the fire, hitting the alleged gunmen. The 3 men were subsequently taken to the hospital where they were pronounced dead, and the 2 firearms were recovered from the scene. Montego Bay businesswoman killed at home. A Montego Bay businesswoman was killed at her Book Village home in St. James about 7:30 a.m. Sunday. The deceased 52-year-old Althea Graham Dolly, a former personal banker, was shot multiple times by unidentified assailants. She was transported to the Cornwall Regional Hospital, where she was later pronounced dead. Reports indicate that Graham Dolly was leaving her home to attend the church when the attack occurred. Back-to-back earthquake felt in Jamaica. 2 back-to-back earthquakes were felt in Jamaica on Sunday morning. The earthquake unit at the University of the West Indies, Mona, says a moderate earthquake of preliminary magnitude 5.6, located approximately 152 kilometers north of Utrias, St. Anne, was reported as felt at 10:50 a.m. It had a focal depth of 14.6 kilometers and was reportedly felt across several parishes. Meanwhile, another quake was felt about 11:50 a.m. The earthquake unit has not yet provided details on the second tremor. PNP to present Issa to Buchanan in Portland Eastern on Sunday. People's National Party President Mark Golding is slated to present attorney Issa to Buchanan as the party's standard-bearer for the Portland Eastern constituency on Sunday afternoon. Buchanan, a newcomer to representational politics, replaces Colin Bell, who was the caretaker candidate for that constituency for almost a year. Buchanan, who in an earlier interview indicated that his vision for the constituency was to create sustainable jobs and fast-track development, has been meeting with PNP members to drum up support in a constituency that has changed from orange to green. The constituency of Eastern Portland has in the past been a favorite battleground for the PNP, but in 2019, that seat was lost to Anne-Marie Vaz of the Jamaica Labour Party, who not only defeated firebrand politician Damian Crawford in a hotly contested by-election, but also halted a 30-year dominance enjoyed by the PNP. Vaz went on to win the 2020 parliamentary election, defeating Bishop Purcell Jackson of the PNP. Buchanan will be seeking to wrest the seat from Vaz. Constable Jessica West remembered for diligence at a Thanksgiving service. Scores of friends, colleagues, and family members gathered at the Church of God of Prophecy in Lioneltown, Clarendon on Saturday for the Thanksgiving service of Constable Jessica West. West and a fellow officer tragically lost their lives in a traffic accident while on duty in Yorktown, Clarendon on September 15, 2024. Constable West was honored with an official police funeral, which included the draping of her casket with the Jamaican flag and a 21-gun salute. Her remains were interred in the family plot in Mitchelltown, Clarendon. Trough to bring showers and thunderstorms to some areas on Sunday. A trough across the central Caribbean, influenced by a stronger upper-level system moving westward, is expected to continue bringing periods of rainfall and thunderstorms to sections of the island on Sunday. A post from the Jamaica Information Service on Facebook said on Sunday early morning showers are expected in northern parishes. This is to be followed by afternoon thunderstorms in hilly and northern regions, with mostly cloudy skies throughout the period. Monday is to have partly cloudy conditions in the morning with isolated afternoon showers in the eastern areas. Residents are advised to remain alert and take the necessary precautions, the Post stated. Court restrains Jamaican $100 million in assets from lottery scammer. Nearly 24 assets valued at more than $100 million that have been traced to a convicted lottery scammer have been ordered frozen by the Supreme Court. A restraint or freezing order is the first step in having assets derived from criminal conduct forfeited to the government through the Proceeds of Crime Act, the legislation enacted to deprive criminals of their ill-gotten gains. The string of assets believed to be owned by the convict includes roughly 20 motor vehicles, a very valuable piece of real estate, multiple bank accounts, and cash, according to Keith Darian, Principal Director in charge of investigations at the Financial Investigations Division. The FID is the arm of the Ministry of Finance and the public service that enforces POCA. The vehicles were acquired over a very short period of time without any loan financing, while the cash was seized at the premises linked to the man during 2 operations flowing from a joint investigation between the FID and the major organized crime and anti-corruption agency, Darian disclosed. He said Jamaican authorities also have evidence that a significant sum of United States currency was taken from the convicted scammer by American law enforcement agents when he tried to smuggle the cash within the U.S. The man was convicted in February last year for possession of identity information, a criminal offense under the Law Reform Fraudulent Transaction Act, widely known as the Lottery Scam Law, and the breaches of the Corruption Prevention Act for offering a bribe to a MOCA special agent, the FID confirmed. The lottery scam legislation was enacted 11 years ago amid an explosion in the advance fee schemes at the time. The overall value of his criminal benefit was assessed by financial crime investigators at in excess of $100 million, Darian said on Friday during an interview with the news. He said the Supreme Court is to schedule a hearing to determine the extent of the convict's benefit from his criminal conduct. The court will also determine whether any of his assets should be forfeited to the government or if a pecuniary penalty should be imposed. Jamaican lottery scammers are raking in approximately US $600 million annually, mainly from elderly American citizens, through various advance fee schemes, a top US law enforcement official has revealed, citing complaints reported to the US Federal Trade Commission. I would say within the last decade, it's probably been about US $3.2 billion, Eric Shen, inspector in charge of criminal investigations at the U.S. Postal Inspection Service, told the news during an October 17 interview. 28 Jamaicans have been extradited to the U.S. in the last decade, including 5 so far this year, to face criminal charges related to their involvement in the deadly lottery scam, he disclosed. Between June 2020 and August this year, the FID completed asset recovery investigations against the 17 people who were convicted in the Jamaican High Court for offenses under the lottery scam legislation, Darian disclosed. Guys, thank you for watching. See you this evening at 6 p.m. for another news update.